Hey yo, welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heat. I'm not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I have studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook.
You got a frog in your throat?
Yes, I does. The only thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the sensational Shelly Eats Steak, aka the Warden. It's called the Friday Night Feast. This happens every Friday night, 6:30 Central. We'll cook up an entree, maybe a couple of snacks, show y'all how to do it. Then we spend the rest of the evening just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde. Hope you can tune some time. We'd love to have you over for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Today's live is actually, we're not cooking. She's finishing up her lunch. But
breakfast, I guess, technically.
The opener here, the little trailer, you would have seen what I ate this week. Oh my goodness. We ate some really good foods.
Mm-hmm.
Went out, like 3-4 times this week? We're celebrating the whole month of September for my birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your birthday's like in 2 weeks. Yeah. Did you know that?
Did I know it? Yeah, I knew it.
If y'all know him, you know that was a valid question.
But this is my MS Journey update for week 194.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, his birthday is September 29th. So we will actually have a live on his birthday. So a big birthday blowout, right?
And y'all send me off before we go out to dinner, I guess. Trying to figure out which 16 restaurants I want to go to.
But we ate out Tuesday. I was off. Uh-huh. And we ate out. Where did we eat?
Well, Tuesday night we came home and ate. Didn't we?
Lunch was Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes. Because I had a free 6-pack from them. And then it was also as a BOGO get one. Or BOGO, yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah. So we actually got pretty good on that.
Yeah, we actually ate Tuesday night because he's been ordering water, y'all.
Yeah.
It really does make a difference.
Yeah.
It was $25 for both of us to eat on Tuesday.
Right.
And so, of course, he was like, oh, that's so good. Let's do it again. And last night, we ate at this new place you found.
Uh-huh. I was just stumbling through. I have a new addiction thanks to this one of Facebook Reels. And one of them popped up and said it's the best barbecue Mexican restaurant in Houston. So I was like, okay, bet. Come on, show me. And everything they showed in the little video was amazing, actually. Can you share it from the link?
I probably can. I don't know. It might trigger some people because it's not a keto restaurant.
Right.
But let me know. It does show things like rice, beans, and tortillas. But if you want to watch the video, I think it's just like a 2-minute video. We could show it to you. Yeah. But the main thing they do is they combine Texas barbecue with Tex-Mex. Yeah. So, for example, they have brisket fajitas.
Yeah.
And that's what we really wanted.
But we know the rule for Texas barbecue. If the place still has barbecue after 3 p.m., it's probably awful. Because all the good
probably
spots,
Dickies.
Yeah. It's fast food, basically. Well, because all the places that we love to go to, you have to get there right there when they open and wait in line. Mm-hmm. And then they actually close when they run out of food. So if they still have stuff. So we got there, didn't think about that.
Till like 7 p.m.
Yeah. Put in the order for the brisket. She's like, okay, cool. And then she takes off.
After I complained because at first I was like, what can we get besides rice and beans? You know what this chick told me? Charo beans or black beans. That's
what
still
can I get instead of beans? You can get beans.
I know. And I was getting a little tiffy because I was like, so then she comes back and I'm like, I don't know what we want to eat. We did order the scorpion queso because honestly, that was the other reason we wanted to go. Because they do a special scorpion sauce. And it is a little heat to it. It's not like
it won't melt your face.
Right. It's just it gives that nice little like, ooh, I like that bite.
Yeah.
Shauna couldn't do it, but or 22Q Cat couldn't. It'd be way too spicy for y'all. But for us, it was like, okay, that's a nice little zing. And so I was kind of mad, right? Because she's just, what can we get besides rice and beans?
Kind of give us a little bit of an attitude.
And because Heath was like, we're keto. I'm like, look, she's like 19 years old. She don't have any idea. And she's like a beanpole.
She could be a 19-year-old keto person.
No. She was like my finger is wider than she was. And I'm like, she has no idea what you're even saying. She probably thinks you're speaking a different language.
Basically.
And so I was like, no, I said other Mexican restaurants we go to, because I actually don't care. I don't like rice and beans. Even before keto, most of the time I gave it to Heath because I don't care for it. And to me, it's just cheap filler food. And when I'm eating something good like fajitas and stuff, I want to fill up on the meat. Even pre-keto, that was like, no, that's what I want to fill up on. Mm-hmm. You could have the rice and beans. There was only one place that I liked their rice and beans, and that's because they made them with lard, and it just made it so much better that way. That was Rita's. Oh yeah. That was the only place that I liked.
I didn't like their rice.
Yeah, I didn't care for the rice.
They always put, they use the I think anyways, the can of mixed vegetables in it. They're like, because there was always like green beans and corn. Something else in it too.
Yeah, and
almost like lima bean too.
Lima beans. Yeah. Oh, and so no, I didn't care for the rice, but I liked their beans. They were the only ones I cared for the beans. But anyways, so I'm telling the lady, I said, any other place we go to, they'll either sub a salad or grilled veggies. And she's like, oh yeah, I asked we could do grilled veggies. I'm like, how convenient. And then we ordered it, and then she comes back like 5 minutes later. She goes, I am so sorry. We're out of brisket. I'm like,
We almost left, actually.
But we ended up getting the wings, which had a dry, like smoky spice rub on them.
Pull up my thing. I wrote them all down, actually.
Oh, yeah. And it had a guajillo sauce on the side. Yeah. But it really didn't explain it too well I didn't think. It just says smoked wings with the sticky guajillo sauce. They serve the guajillo sauce on the side, but the wings themselves, they put some kind of smoky, kind of Tex-Mex, like it probably had cumin in it.
Yeah. Some kind of rub.
It was a good rub on the wings. And I like that they were smoked, not fried. Yes. So, none of the crap oils. And also, it's the guajillo sauce. It was good, but I like that they put it on the side.
Right.
And then the other thing we got was the guajillo bombs, which is just basically the shrimp. Yeah, shrimp bruschetta. Yeah. And that was served, though they served it with a guajillo butter. That was really good.
Oh, that one was.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Like I was just like, I'm just dipping my fingers in this.
In fact, she didn't really like shrimp that much. She's like, look, just give me the butter. You can have the shrimp.
I know. I had one to try it. I'm always going to try it. And I was just like, But I was like, okay, the wings are good. And then I really filled up on the cheese. And if you watch the Warden Report, you'll find out why I really did not eat that much. But it was good.
Like the two best things we had there, yeah.
But I'm looking forward to going again because I really want to try brisket fajitas. Does that sound good to anyone else?
We already planned on it next time she's off on a Tuesday. We're gonna go there. It'll be there right when they open, just to make sure. I'm treating it like a traditional barbecue joint.
Right.
What else?
So let's start. Well, how about this? Because usually we have a few more people in here. Let's give it a few more minutes. Okay. And I'm going to read some comments, and then we'll talk about what happened Tuesday. So y'all stay tuned because we actually went to, like, I guess
I went and saw
a nice shoe store.
We went and saw Al Bundy.
Right. So if you saw, the beginning question was, have you ever gotten a professional shoe fitting done where they, measure, not just, I'm not talking what was it? What was that shoe store we always went to? Payless. Oh, wow. Where you put your foot and you measure with the little metal thing.
I hated that place.
Does anybody remember the metal thing you put your foot in to figure out what size shoe you wear?
Yeah, but I remember buying shoes at Payless.
Yeah.
And
they'd fall apart before you got out the door.
It was like a copycat version of Vans, I think it was. I don't remember. But instead of the soles being stitched on your shoe, they painted it on. The rubber.
Well, but they were like the cheap shoes, and I remember
I put them on. A week later, I needed to replace them.
I know. But, like back, we were just so poor. That
Uh-huh.
was the only way I could get shoes. Like, it would have been crazy. And I want to know, what is the most expensive shoes you have ever bought? Like, how much did you pay for them? And was it worth it? So the most expensive shoes I've ever paid for were my Doc Martens.
Nah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Probably me
And
too.
are they worth it? I don't wear them that much because they still feel a little bit tight on me. And I know you're supposed to just get used to it.
You're supposed to wear them in. Yeah.
You're supposed to wear them in, but I'm just not good at that.
And I've actually been hurt. I was given the advice on my first pair, because I've owned 2 in my life. My first pair, they told me to take a baseball bat to them and beat them up. That helps break them in.
Is that true, y'all? I didn't read that on
But
Google.
I mean, the guy may have been on drugs. I don't know.
I've heard before, get them wet since they're leather and put them on, and then that helps mold them to your feet.
That's pretty smart too.
But I'm like, but I also don't
I
want
just
to
noticed. I kind of ran through everything when I was putting my pills together. Do y'all care me to go? I mean, I've showed y'all in the past. Do y'all care to go through it and tell y'all exactly what it was and why?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the whole point of me doing them on camera, so we could tell them.
Yeah, so if you're interested, let us know.
Tell me, I will go, because I haven't gotten up to put them away yet.
But so when I'm talking about professional shoe fitting, the place we went to, they had like it looked like a scale, honestly, but they had like your feet were supposed to go, and it hooked up to an app, and basically it's supposed to measure where you put your weight on your feet, what type of foot you have, like your arch, depth and the width of your feet and all that stuff to find you, quote unquote, the right shoe fit. So has anyone ever had that professionally done? I did once a long time ago. A guy I was dating, right? I was walking a lot at the time. And so he took me to.
Why, he couldn't afford a car? No wonder he's an ex.
No, he had a car. He had, what did he have?
I don't know. Never.
Teslas. But anyways, he took me to a place in the Galleria, and I had to like walk on kind of like a treadmill, but it was like some kind of thing where I was in it, like, I don't know, it was really fancy. And he bought the shoes for me. And at the time, now we're going back, I guess almost 20 years. So at the time, the shoes were like $120 for sneakers. And I thought that was like, I would never, ever pay that much. 20 years ago, $120. So yeah, those are probably about $200 today. Probably. But, back then I was just like, oh my gosh. And he was like, you keep up walking and everything. He was a lot older, y'all. And he was like, you keep on walking, and every time you go through the shoes, I'll buy you another pair.
We'll call him now, please.
Yeah, but that comes with a price.
Yeah.
But anyways, but that was the first time and last time I had like a professional shoe fitting and got like I would call them fancy shoes. Because otherwise I just go to like Famous Footwear or Skechers.
Right.
I just try on a whole bunch until I find a pair I really like.
I used to go to Skechers all the time, so it was buy one, get one half off.
Right. So, yes. So on Tuesday, we went to Fleet Feet.
And they saw the picture.
Yeah. So has anyone gone there, and what do you think? And then we'll talk about what shoes he found and the whole experience. So 22 Cute Cat's here. She goes, hi, Shelly, Heath, and all. Heath be styling in his new Hokas. Right?
The only thing I don't like about them, the big shoes, and it's like the side of it, there's like a billboard.
Barely Begun is here.
Brother.
Said afternoon all.
Howdy,
What's
howdy,
going
howdy.
on, Coda? And then Sean's here. Hey, Sean said, hey, all. What's up? Hi, Michelle. Sean is here. She said, hi, everyone. What's going on? How are you doing? And Sharon's here. Hey. Missed you. I don't think you were there Friday night, were you? I don't remember. She said, hi, all.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Let's try to do this now, too.
Okay, well, hold on. Sharon said, watching and eating ribs. I'll chat in a bit.
I understand.
Finger food and messy, right? That's awesome. And then Shauna shared Sean's interview. That's awesome. And Shada said, if only I could find good brisket, right?
Well, I know a place you can come get it.
Shada said, not my brain for a moment wondering why you went to a serial killer for shoes. A serial fleet feet, a serial killer? I don't know.
I'm missing it. I'm sorry.
He
just had a couple of extra laying around.
22Q Cat said, oh my God, takes me back to my childhood with those metal shoe measure things, right? And Shada said, I've been going through walking shoe nightmares. I've sized, ordered, and returned about $300 in shoes the last few months.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Shauna. Maybe it's time to find a professional foot measurer.
Yeah.
Sharon said most expensive shoe was $200 plus Joseph Seibel dress shoes.
Oh, wow.
Love them and would do it again. $300. Wow. For cowboy boots.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Well, I want to see these shoes.
Yeah.
Shadi said feet prisons through and through. Flip-flop girl. That's me. And that's my hardest thing is I don't like my feet confined. Mm-hmm. My feet sweat a lot. I know that's probably really gross because I don't like feet. So that sounds disgusting to me. So I like mine to be aired out. And when I get them in sneakers or dress shoes or even those boots, which I love, my Doc Martens, they feel like they're sweating. So it's just really hard. And especially in the summer, like yesterday it was 95 degrees here, y'all. I definitely had to have my flip-flops on. Well, show them what this is, and then we'll try it.
So you tell them.
Well, you got to show. So went to Sprouts yesterday and found this for Heath. It's called Dragon Edition.
Was it really for me or for you?
No, it's for you. And it's got a dragon on it, y'all. Isn't that that is so cool to me. You kind of see it there. A little dragon. It is there. So which is a kombucha, they like to do seasonal limited flavors. So this is the limited edition dragon, and it's a pineapple chili. So he's going to open that so we can try it. I'm excited, y'all. Pineapple chili.
When she buys the kombucha for me, they're in a bottle. Mm-hmm. So,
but brand is just in cans. Let me drink some water first, y'all.
I don't know. I don't hate it, but I'm not wild with it. I'm not in a hurry to get another one. I'm not going to tell you have to go get that again. But then we did leave it sitting here on the counter for a little bit. But
oh, wow!
You like it?
I like it.
All right.
It's good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it, but I'm not in love with it.
Wow. It's not strong pineapple.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm not in love with it.
Maybe put your little koozie on it. Keep it holder. Wow, that is good. I like it. Okay. Sean said, I buy Brooks now. I bought them at the Good Feet store for $170. I get them on Amazon, not for $100. They are well worth it. Your feet deserve it.
Isn't that what I had the last pair?
Yeah, that's what I got him. So my job, how they do it, is they give us $400 a year for, they call it a living well reward. And last year, I used part of that to buy him some Brooks. So they had Asics and I don't know, 2 or 3 different brands of men's footwear. And I researched and Brooks seemed like it was the best one. And I bought those for him. Mm-hmm. And I thought you liked them at first.
But it seemed like they were starting to wear out too.
Well, I mean, it's been a year.
Okay. But still, they better last longer than a year.
Yeah. And so when we went on Tuesday, then he did so tell him about that experience.
It was very similar to how I get on the scale when I go to my doctor's office. I just climbed on there and beep, beep, beep. It was like I was playing a little video game. And then it spit out the formula or whatever.
Yeah, this app.
Telling him what a shoe had in stock that would work best for my foot.
Yeah, and so
and one of the first ones he brought up was a Brooks too, wasn't it?
Right. He said, okay, he goes, after he did that, he said, okay, go find a place to sit down and I'll bring out a few pairs. Yeah. And so he brought, the first pair was Brooks.
Mm-hmm, I think, yeah.
And you tried them, and you really liked those.
They felt good, yeah.
And then the next one he brought was a Synchrony or something,
Yeah.
Saucony, something like that.
Sequoia.
But he was like, well, I'm bringing these. He must have read us, right? Because where this location is, it's a very ritzy part. It's called the Woodlands. Mm-hmm. And so he must have read. He's like, okay, they probably are budget people. So he is like,
trailer park.
Right. He was like, okay, here's this Saucony and it's on sale. Mm-hmm. And I had already decided because I'm using my Living Well reward. So hopefully they reimburse. But I was just like, no, like we're not trying to cut corners here. If I'm going to go through if I'm going to in for a dime, I'm in for $1, right? So you tried the Synchrony or whatever it's called, and you were like, no, this feels like Payless.
Yeah, they really did. I was not impressed.
And then I was like, well, a whole bunch of you, because I know several of you commented before about Hoka's, and he was like, well, based on Heath's foot, he said the Hoka's arch is probably too high and too narrow and will dig into his foot. And I was just like, I said, I told him that our best friend is a physical therapist and she was really pushing. I said, can we just try one of them? And he was like, well, sure. And so he brought out the pair.
He also said that they don't make a wide and my foot's wide. But he brought this pair out and they fit perfect right away.
Mm-hmm. So he brought them out, and they do have a big kind of sole, I guess.
Yeah.
And he try it, and he liked it. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, those are big. I said, Heath is already tall. We don't need to make him taller. I mean, we're good with if he's taller. But look at the platform on these things, y'all.
But see what I mean about how it's a billboard on the side?
And so
I think that's honestly why they feel so good.
They're big, right? I'm like, dang, I never knew your feet.
That is.
I know. Show the bottom too. That's big. Those are big shoes.
They're boats. And the thing too, kind of throw me for a loop too. Pre-keto, I was wearing a size 13 shoe. I lost the bottom of my weight, and in the Brooks I was just wearing before these, I was wearing 11.
Yeah.
These I'm back to 13s. Like, did I gain a bunch of weight too, or is that just because the shoe?
It could just be the shoe, or maybe if even though you wore 11, maybe it was an improper fit.
Right.
And I said before, it could be because we were going to places like Famous Footwear.
And the mall, stuff like that, yeah.
Well, not even the mall. Like, you went to Famous Footwear, and there was somewhere else where it's basically, the Skechers. Yeah. I'm like, they're seconds a lot of times. So maybe they're not actual true to size. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Because, like, I know, too, like for my jeans, for a while there, I was only buying Levi's because their waist, everything, their measurements fit me. But if I'll go to a different brand, it was a different size. I know, I guess my shirt's the same way.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It
kind of threw me for a loop. Then I'm back to wearing a 13. But they fit well and they feel good.
So he's walking around in them and he goes, okay. He said, yeah, these fit really well. So that's what we went with.
Put my old shoes in that box. I'm wearing these out.
Yeah. But the guy who helped us, he's pretty nice, and ended up getting the pair, and we spent $178.
Fingers crossed that your job's gonna pay us back.
Yeah, I've never had any issues before with any type of reimbursement, so hopefully, because that would be a nice reimbursement, right? But yeah, so that's how much. What do y'all think on Hoka's? $178. Was that horribly overpriced? Rickwin is here. Howdy, Joe said hello, everyone. Just came in from walking dogs and talking to my feral kitty. What'd she have to say? Sharon said, I now have a pair of Hoka's. Love them for walking. Oh, good. And see, that's what we mostly wanted. Like, I was talking to the guy, and I said, well, he does DDPY. And of course, the guy was like, what? And so we had to explain what that was. And I said, and, he does walking and stuff. So we just need something that's going to be good balance and support for him for doing that and going walking.
Yeah.
So I think it tended to work, but again, never thought I would spend that kind of money on shoes.
Right. That was a little.
Defense Wiz! Hey, Paul, long time.
How you been,
What's
brother?
up? Said Fleet Feet is great. Most of my runner friends go there when they need their running gait professionally examined to check for changes.
And that's what Renee told us too. It's specifically why she told us to go there.
Yeah, so he could get that gait analysis. I guess that's what it's called.
That's what she called it, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what he had done, y'all. And that was the first time.
Yeah.
Sharon said, no, I missed Friday night. My days got messed up, but I thought it was Saturday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. Well, when you live a busy life like you do.
I hate it when that happens.
Shada said, you said Al Bundy. Oh, that's right. She goes, I thought Ted Bundy. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Yeah, Defense was said he agrees with Sean. Bricks are great. I used to wear them a lot back in the day. They had great arch support.
Oh. Okay, nice.
Well, I think they held up pretty well for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, talking
because remember back in the day, I thought that the Adidas and the Reebok and stuff were the best, and
right, and
like,
Nike.
No. She's like, yeah, right, and Nike too. She was like, no.
I think that's more for street cred. Right. I don't know. Look at me, I'm so white. My lady laugh a lot. Hey, welcome back. Love my Hokas. We have them fit to our feet. The last time we went in walking, they only last about 5 months. Oh, wow. 150 and worth every penny. Wow. How much do you walk then in a general day?
You know what? I just thought about it just now. The way I always treated my tools back in the day. I always went high dollar, got the top of the line, the top shelf and everything. Because it was always buy it once or buy it again.
Right.
But with the shoes, I'm going to end up having to buy them again because I'm going to eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Who that?
Renee. Did you forget we're live? Or is she in the live? I don't know.
Huh? I haven't seen her yet.
Sorry, y'all. I thought you had do not disturb. Okay, Sharon said clothing companies have adjusted the actual size of clothes over the years. Go with what fits and feels good, not the number on the tag.
Right.
Isn't that true? Especially for us women. Mm-hmm. Like, clothes sizes vary drastically because I could wear one shirt in one and I'm like, oh, this is the perfect fit. And another one, I feel like I'm wearing a child t-shirt.
Right.
You know, I'm like, what, how, when the tags say the same thing? Barely Begun said, sorry, y'all. I have friends who love Hokas. It's more just that they wear out, of course. Whether or not it's worth it to you will depend on if he feels comfort and balance and benefits.
Right.
Right. That's true. Like, I would say, like the Brooks, you really liked them at first, and then the last few months, they seem like they've really worn down. Right. So it probably passed when we needed to get them.
That's probably what it is. It hurts because you have to pay out such a high amount on it.
Right. But, you know, just knowing that where it stands, and, you know, I get this living reward. So every year you can get a new pair of shoes.
Right.
So at least that helps. Sharon said, I have the Giavata 5 Hokas. Got them online for $175. Wow.
That's awesome.
And then we signed up for Fleet Feet.
Oh, yeah.
And you earn rewards, you know, of course, through that. And then for your birthday, which, of course, we put his stuff on there, then he gets like an additional $15 off. But I don't know. It's probably just the month of the birthday. So
I guess I'm going to start planning on buying me a new pair of shoes every year for my birthday.
Right. Barely Begun said, I wear a company called Limbs. Oh. They do a lot of low-rise, wide-toe type styles. Oh, okay. I'll have to look into those too.
Yeah.
Sharon said, I burned through a pair of Nikes in about 6 to 8 weeks. Wow. Oh, Renee is here. She said, hey, yo. My lady Laugh a Lot says she gets between 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Wow. I'm doing September 100 walking challenge on my YouTube channel right now. Wow, that is awesome.
And
That
I
is
apologize.
definitely a lot of walking.
I've subscribed to your channel, but I've yet to watch anything. I've just been super busy with all my other stuff running around. I'm sorry. I'm going to get better at it. You need the views.
Yeah,
You
especially
need the views.
The September 100 walking challenge. That
Yeah.
sounds fun.
Mhm.
Well, fun for us to watch.
Right?
And Renee said, one of my favorite topics. Wait, is that or your tat? My lady Laugh a Lot said 100 miles a month for the year. Oh, wow.
That's
100 miles a month.
Did your car break down or something?
No, it's a challenge.
I know that is a challenge.
Wow, that is like 100 miles a month. There's 30 days, so that's just over 3 miles a day on average.
Wow, I'm already tired.
Right, but way to go. What
That's
a
good.
great
Good,
way
good,
to do.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Who's on to you?
Renee said Nike and Skechers equals job security for her. Right. Well, back in the day, that's what you
also we
heard.
bought into the hype, is what it is.
Well, and that's what you'd hear about. And I'd have other friends that would buy them and stuff. And I was like, okay, that's where I go. But the difference is most people I know, and this includes Renee, they have a multitude of shoes. Like they're like, okay, I can wear a new pair of shoes at least every day and one pair each day of the week and still not repeat. And for some of y'all, a month. Like I know my work sister, she has enough shoes she could wear a different pair for a whole month.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not that type of person. So then when I hear people, I'm and I wear, Nike and stuff, well, they're not wearing them as their everyday shoe. It's like, I'm going to go do this. So I want to wear these shoes with it. I don't know what y'all think. And whereas me, I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy a pair of shoes, and that's the pair of shoes I'm going to wear for the next 2 to 3 years or longer. Yeah. And that's what I do.
Right.
I just don't. I'm not a shoe person. Like, honestly, if I could go barefoot forever, I would.
Oh, that sounds awful.
I don't. Ugh. I just don't like my feet confined.
Right.
Just weird like that. And Shada said, I have a hard time feeling claustrophobic in shoes. Working on it. Yeah, right? You just, I don't like that feeling. Oh, my lady Laugh a Lot said, that's okay. I do need the views, right? Yes, we do. Oh, Shauna got ortho feet from Maitreya. Oh, cool. Renee said, I'm guilty of wearing cute sneakers, but not for long periods or even more than a day in a row at work. Exactly. You don't want another taste of that?
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, thanks, Shauna, for sharing her channel. That's awesome. Rickwood said, I get my shoes from OrthoFeet. Oh, as I need a wide width and a flat shoe. I have a couple pairs because my arthritic knee I have to keep changing around. Oh, wow. Oh, that's awesome. Y'all subbed. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to think what else to say about shoes. Renee said, well, shoes are on factory shelves, then store shelves for a while before you take them home. They are broken down and need replacing for daily wear, typically 6 to 12 months for optimal benefit.
Oh, really? Okay.
Probably. That's true. Yeah, and it's going to depend. Like for me, and I think mostly for us, since we work from home, we're not doing like hard wear on our shoes. Like I work from home. I don't wear shoes all day long.
It was worse before I was working in construction.
Yeah, exactly. Because all the different terrain. I mean, because like, look, you've worn them since Tuesday and you could barely tell that the sole was worn.
Because in fact, I used to have an extra pair of shoes I'd carry in my truck. In fact, it's still in the garage. I had a little case, a little plastic container. It was actually made for carrying shoes.
Oh, yeah.
I carried it in the back of my truck, or the back seat of my truck. They were steel toe slip-ons. That when the yard was super muddy, I could walk in and out of there without having to tear up my regular shoes. And then I would sit there on the my tailgate of my truck and change the shoes real quick, and just throw them back in a box dirty. So
yeah. Well, and then nowadays, basically, you just wear it for walking around in the house. So you're not even doing a lot of long wear on your DDPY. He doesn't want you to have shoes on.
No, I used to when I first started doing it, I would take them off, but now it's too much. I just go ahead and do it with them on. I might be lazy about it. I may just start actually taking them off again.
Yeah, because I think there's a reason behind that. But for me, at home, the only time we go out on Saturday, like this week, went out twice, Tuesday and Saturday. So I was doing a lot more walking, but mostly honestly, we don't.
We had a little snafu Saturday or Thursday, whatever it was. I don't remember. I like the link sausages, the jalapeno cheddar link sausages from the best price for a package of link sausages was at Sam's. So we had decided not to go out Saturday night at the last minute. But before we had done that, we had already set up a pickup for my sausages at Sam's. So we had to get out anyways. So I was like, well, if we're getting out anyways, once we get to the Sam's, we're almost to that restaurant we want to go to. She looked it up because she waited till we got to the Sam's to do our pickup. And while we're waiting on them to bring our stuff out, she pulled up the address for the restaurant. She's like, oh, wow, they're only 8 minutes away. So it was a no-brainer to go ahead and go out to eat while we're already out.
No brainer.
Because otherwise we can't, I don't think so. You can't cancel or adjust the pickup.
Yeah, basically, if you don't pick it up by the end of that day, then they refund it, and you have to do it all over again.
That wouldn't be that bad, but
yeah, but still, then the refund could take 2 to 3 days.
I always advise my customers 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah,
because if it lands earlier, you win.
Barely Began said, "I've always been a person who owns a single pair." Though I have 1 pair of leather waterproof boots, a pair of sneakers, and sandals. Feels like too much if you throw in slippers too, right?
Well, I used to have a pair of Adidas slip-on slippers. They're just pull-ons, but I ended up walking out of them all the time.
Yeah,
I can't get them tight enough, so they're just sitting in the closet. In fact, I think I've owned 2 pair of them.
Yeah, at least. Renee said, it's also good to have at least 2 pairs to swap out day to day to allow them to breathe and not break down as fast. So maybe you should be swapping in between.
All right.
Renee said, and make sure the laces are snug, not the comfy loose, because it's easy to get on and off. The stability won't be effective without proper lacing.
I always tighten them up.
Coda said, and Crocs just for slipping on to take the dog out. Sharon said, for close to 20 years, I had to wear steel-toe boots. I'm now happy to wear good shoes, right? Oh, goodness. Oh, and then Rick was telling Coda, waterproof shoes are necessary when I'm walking dogs and working in the yard. My other shoes can't keep up with that kind of use. Right? And Coda said, in Oregon for 6 months of the year, it's always soaking wet. It really makes a huge difference. Okay. Wow. Yeah, because you get so much rain up there. It does. But yeah, so you got your shoes, and it really didn't take that long. I didn't know how long to expect. Right. It seemed like we were in and out like rather quickly.
Right. We really were. I was amazed.
And then we went from there. We ate lunch at Buffalo Wild Wings. So he get us free wings, and it was BOGO. So that was really good lunch. And then we went to Target Halloween hunting.
What else did we get there that day? Or the ones we already have? Or we showed them?
Yeah, we showed the that's where we got the neon signs.
Right. Oh yeah.
And we got the pumpkin skeleton. And we got I don't know if we show y'all the skeleton, the skulls on top of each other in the neon colors. Did we show that to y'all?
No, we didn't. I'll go get them. Where are they at? They're on the mantle, right? Or not the mantle, the fireplace though.
Yeah.
Well, let me put my pills up and I'll go get it.
Okay.
We'll finish this. I got one more sip and I throw it away.
But yeah, so we went looking. There's one thing I want at Target. It's $25, and they did not have it. I do see now Target has it available online for shipping. And they do free shipping once it's over 35. And of course, I found a few other things I want. But now I'm just like, spending like $50 after I spent $200 on groceries yesterday, y'all. I went a little crazy at the grocery stores. But I put that all in the Warden report. And yeah, so that's what we did. And he's been wearing his new shoes since then. And it does seem like he is more stable on them. Like I don't see him rocking as much.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the new one we got. I thought we showed that one before.
No, I don't remember. Show him. I'll go get with the other one then.
It was right beside it. So here's the one we got. Okay, so if you don't like scary stuff, maybe, go make you a cup of coffee. Okay, and then so that's that one we got at the Home Depot. So here's the one I got at Target. All right, I haven't unplugged it from the freebie yet. So I couldn't find the candy skull, but I found this one. Ready?
Look at his eyes. That's so awesome.
I know. I love the color. It's
Neon.
like this neon vintage look.
It reminds me of Skittles.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Renee said, I'm so happy y'all finally did the Fleet Feet thing. Well, thank you. I told you we would do it eventually.
Well, I told you that's what happened. You should have came down with us.
But yeah, I think it ended up, having a good day doing that, and got our treasures from Target, and then we, came home. And is that when we tried to make the one thing? Oh, are we cutting the fudge?
We have to. We do it every Sunday.
Oh my gosh! Did you hear that, y'all?
They're
I got a little
expecting
too
it.
excited. So this is the mocha one.
Yeah. We owe it to them.
Right.
Well, you're supposed to do it because I remember I always cut it wrong.
Oh, okay.
Can they even see where I'm at though?
Now they can. Sharon said, love it. Shada said, well, shoot.
Sharon, we love you.
I just made my last 3/4 a cup of coffee that was in the carafe. Aw.
Oh, wait. I'm going to put these in my...
Yeah. Is that two? I don't know what that is. Oh, I think that's coconut. Okay. So this was the salted caramel, Lily's chips, and the mocha keto chow. And a little thing of medium roast coffee.
Yeah, let me get this out of your way.
Yeah.
Then I'm probably going to finish it.
Okay. Ooh, this is thick, y'all.
That's what she said.
All right.
What one was this? I don't remember.
I thought that was the gingerbread.
Oh, it's good too, though. Oh,
Well, am I putting them in there?
yeah. FIFO. Because y'all were all worried Friday about how it was going to last all week. We haven't touched it at all. And look how much we have left from last week's.
I know.
And
We're such talkers, though, aren't we? We're like, oh yeah, we're gonna dive into that before Sunday. We were just so busy yesterday, y'all.
We've been busy all week, actually.
Yeah. Really have.
And then we still got to decide if we're going out tonight or not.
Oh my God.
Because the restaurant just sent me another freebie, but it's another dessert. So I don't know.
No.
I have 2 of those now.
Yeah, that's no good.
Right.
I mean, we could ask. Sometimes they do substitute for an appetizer, but there's no guarantee. All right.
I'm just picking up all the little crumbs.
Your job is to put it in the case.
Put it in my mouth.
Renee said, love him. You should go get you 2 or 3 of them.
What is that?
The pumpkin.
Uh-huh.
Tweet GQ Cat said, very cool. Thank you. And Sean said, if we're under $200 at the grocery store, we wondered what we missed.
Right.
Really? Every week? $200 a week? It's a weekly grocery. Because you know, for a while I was doing $75 a week.
I know, and I'm so hungry.
No, whatever. You were never hungry. And I really didn't buy that much meat either.
Because we still have a whole bunch in the freezer.
Yes, we do. This was just, but I did buy a lot of specialty items. And really, I spent a lot on cheese because I got $30 worth of just cheese blocks for you.
Yeah, she got scored big on those.
Uh-huh.
Because it was HEB was it you buy their breakfast sausage, and you get a free block of cheese, and then they had the sausage 2 for $7.
Yeah, so I had to get 2 blocks of that. Ashada said that was funny. Remind me of those sticky hands kids used to have. Mm-hmm. Sean said, I love it. That sounds awesome. Thank you. Rickwood said, Heat's idea of cutting up the fudge is maybe 2 pieces. Laugh out loud.
Well, I have 2 hands. It'll be a piece for each hand.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, Joe. That's what happens. And then we do run out of the fudge. Because I'll go in there and I'm like, well, where's all the fudge? He's like, well, we ate it all. I'm like, yeah, because you make these big old pieces.
Now, that means when I come in here, I have to get like 2 or 3 pieces and do like this.
And then spray it everywhere. It's on your shirt and everything else. Oh, I think I got a splinter in my finger.
How?
I don't know. She has no use to get too many crumbs, right? Sean said, well, that's every 2 weeks. See, that makes more sense because then that averages 100 a week. Mm-hmm. So yesterday, I really went overboard, y'all. But yeah, we got enough cheese. I'm not going to have to buy cheese for another month.
I said a week.
Yeah, he says a week. I'm like, how are you going to go through 11 pounds of cheese in 1 week?
Just hide and watch.
I'm like, you need to learn to make things last, sir. And then I put it all in the word report, everything we got. Oop. Renee said, Shelly, can you taste all the flavors? Can you taste the flavors? What flavors do you taste in this?
Chocolate, honestly.
Just chocolate? Uh-huh. Can you tell that there's coffee in it?
I can't, but
well, you're the one that doesn't like coffee, so you would think you would be able.
Yeah, but it's there, but it's muted.
Mm-hmm. It's not strong. It's mostly the chocolate.
Yeah. What?
I'm tasting.
I think it's because the pieces are so small. That's why it's so. I can't taste it.
Oh, I'm tasting more of the caramel. That is good. It's good though. Mm-hmm. I will say that. You know what would be even better is we put some pecans on it.
Right.
Rickwood said, I got 13 pounds of ground chuck at Fresh Market for $3.99 a pound. How awesome. Wow. They usually cost $6.99 a pound. That way I can grab a package and cook it up as I need it. That's awesome. That's awesome, Joe. Way to go. My lady Laugh-A-Lot said, we just came in from grocery shopping, had to stock up so we can fix meals for the week. Farm fresh eggs is the best, though. Oh, yeah. Man, I do love farm fresh eggs. And she said, but we forgot the garlic powder. Oh, that sucks. That does suck, y'all. I hate when you go grocery shopping, especially on a Sunday, because I just absolutely refuse. Heath will be like, well, we'll just go get whatever. I'm like, look, if you want to go Sunday to the grocery store, you get up and you go.
When I do that, though, I'm going like it's 7 o'clock in the morning or 6:30 when the store actually opens. I get in and get out without all the fluff.
Right, but if he waits till I wake up, that's just murder.
Right.
Murder. I just and then you go and then you forget something. It's like the worst.
Or like last night too. Like, look, we're out. We need this. Just go ahead and drive by, drop me off. I'll run and go get it. It wasn't that bad last night.
Well, yeah. Plus, it was so late.
Yeah.
But that HEB is always nuts there. Like being in a county jail. Renee said, well, hell, no wonder Heath has a bathroom issue. All the dang cheese. Right?
Well, let's see. My bathroom issue is always have to pee. Cheese doesn't make you pee.
Here, get the knife. Jesus.
What the heck? That was not supposed to happen. That was scary.
That was scary. I thought Heath was going to throw the knife at me, y'all.
Never.
And it would have all been on camera. You would have got pulled off in handcuffs.
Why don't you just sweep it off into this instead?
Because it's more fun this way. There.
You missed the spot. Let me fix it for you.
Sean said Heath is like challenge accepted for eating that much cheese. Right. I know.
It ain't easy being Tuesday.
Right. And you got some fudge on your lip there. No, the bottom one. There, you got it. Uh-oh. My lady laugh a lot said, you call me Andy. Okay, thank you. Hey, Andy, nice to meet you. So yeah, I spent a lot on cheese yesterday. But we put basically all of it in the freezer, except for the little packets that we got. And then tonight we're going to try this recipe again, y'all. We're going to see if we can make it work. And if it is, then that'll be Friday nights, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I'm thinking about what are we making? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I guess that's why we're not going out tonight too. Because we also have that recipe and that other one we're going to work on.
Yeah, exactly.
The reason why I went to HEB last night.
I know. Rickwood said, I like to shop my local shop on Tuesday as that's when they have their sales and give double points.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
I can use the points when I fill up the car. Oh, so they're fuel points. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect.
Right?
Yeah, on Kroger. So Kroger does, in my area, it's 2 time points on the weekend. Mm-hmm. Some areas, the Kroger is Fridays are 4 times points. So yeah, I did get double points yesterday for all the grocery shopping. And then the freebie was the drink he was having earlier, that bubbly burst. I got that for free. The Kroger's like, here's your free weekly item just for being a Kroger Plus member. Right. Or I don't think I'm Kroger Plus. I don't know what I am. I don't pay for it.
It's just basic.
Right. I don't pay for it. I ain't getting paid to do that kind of stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it is nice to get those points. Andy said, we live in Ohio. Oh, been doing keto and part of the community since October 22. Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. Do you go to KPL? Keto Palooza, and then I know that Indiana's doing a meetup pretty soon, and then if you didn't know already, in March of next year, we're actually going to be in Columbus, Ohio, so I don't know how far that is from you, and we're having a meetup there on Saturday, March 8th. We're doing a meetup in Columbus. We're excited about that.
And Sharon is helping spearhead that for us.
Yes, she is. Shauna, even though she's in California, she's like, I will help. And Maitreya, Radical Geek. Renee said, anyone ever do pork loin in the crock pot? I have a little, and I want to do low effort, but never done it in the crock pot.
I think we've done it. I think we have.
Yeah, I would think so. Tenderloin.
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Yeah. It would probably end up being shredded, I would think, just depending on how long you let it go.
It would almost end up being like pulled pork.
Oh, yeah. That's what Sean said. That's how we used to make pulled pork before the smoker. Put in a cup of beef broth and slow cook for 8 hours. There you go.
But you know what you got to do with it first, though? You got to dust it with the Hungry Heat pork and poultry rub and a little dash of our Texas 5 spice.
That's right. Or a heavy dash.
Right.
Since it is Renee.
Right.
Or maybe even the Coopers.
Right. Do you have any left? That's the thing.
Yeah. She's being limited with it.
Right.
Shauna said, sigh, support always, even if I can't go.
Well, that's why the year after we're planning one specifically to come see you.
Exactly. So
you're gonna need your help organizing that meetup too.
Right. I'm thinking it'll be September of 26 when we go to California, because I don't want to be traveling that area when there possibly could be snow. Going through Colorado and stuff, because that's nerve-wracking.
Yes,
and going all the way up towards like Portland, Oregon, and then
you hear that,
down,
Coda?
Yeah, and then we'll come down. The what is it? Highway 1.
PCH.
The PCH.
Look at me like I know.
And then we'll be staying in Nampa with Shauna. Well, we won't stay with Shauna because
in her area.
Yeah, we'll be staying near Shauna.
Her neck of the woods.
In fact, maybe Shauna will take a retreat and stay at the same hotel.
Right.
She'll be like, oh, good, I can get away for a couple days. Renee said, just want it easy and tender for meal prep, right? That is always nice. Just do something quick and easy and don't have to sweat about it. Now. Rickwood said, yes, Renee, pork loin and crock pot is fine. I just use salt and bouillon, then add all my spices when I take it out to shred it.
Oh, that's an idea too. Good call.
I mean, we're always going to say the pork and poultry.
Yeah.
Renee said, well, of course, there will be an assortment from my line of Hungry Heat spices on my stovetop. Good. Andy said, we do KPL. Good. Awesome. We had our own meetup near our house this past June. Oh, how nice.
That sounds awesome, too.
Met a lot of people through Simple Keto. Dustin. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's right, because I saw you this morning in his live.
Oh, my gosh. You get up early, too? Oh, wow.
You saw his all debacle. Is he in here? I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him.
I was telling her about his little debacle this morning.
Oh, yeah. About him being 45 minutes late because he got locked in his bedroom. I'm like, okay, we don't need that kind of information. And he said KPO is 27 days away.
Yeah, it's that close.
Wow. So excited to go and see everyone again. That is awesome.
I'm still torn over that. We can't go.
I know. Shauna said KPO is getting so close and I'm feeling like I'm nowhere near ready. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? As long as you get on that airplane, that's all. Everybody just wants to see you. Oh, shoot.
What?
Renee said, oh, I think it would be an adventure to stay with Shauna. Oh, I'm saying, like, no. Because she has to live on property. But, yeah, I would be like, oh, my gosh. I couldn't do it. Especially your vegan roommate.
Right. No, we'd be coming to blows.
Yeah. And we'll just leave all kinds of sink or dishes in the sink and put a little water in it.
Right.
No, Shauna would be like, no, I need an escape. And she'll just be like, hey, can I come to your room and just stay there for a while?
Right.
Sean said, Shell and I can't wait until KPL. I bet not. That's going to be so much fun. It is.
We can't go.
Well, that's okay. We're going to see everybody in March. And March is really soon, y'all.
It really is.
Because what is that? We got October, November, December, January, February, March. 6 months. 6 months away. Oh, we'll actually be home in 6 months. from going there.
Right.
So less than 6 months.
Because here in a month, like right around Thanksgiving is when I need to put in my request for my PTO for it.
Right. He got his PTO yesterday. It said it was approved for him to have off for that October 12th.
Yes.
I'm so
excited about that too.
I don't know. I feel like it's like a mini vacation for us because we haven't had really a vacation this year, have we?
No, we usually go on at least 2 or 3. Well, I guess the only one we actually had was when we went down and saw Renee during the storm.
During the hurricane.
Yeah.
That was an unplanned vacation. Right. But I mean, like a true vacation. No. Yeah, in prior years, we'd have at least 1, if not 2. Yeah. Well, we had the cruise last year.
It feels weird not going on a cruise this year.
It does. It does feel like that. Because we were
there for a while. We'd go on a cruise every year, at least once a year.
Yeah. Sometimes we'd gone 3 in 1 year.
Right.
But it's convenient because Galveston's right here. Right. So, like a couple of those, it was like, oh, look, I see one coming up in 2 weeks. We can get really cheap and we would just book it and go.
Right.
But now, no.
Right.
So that's why I think I'm so excited about our Galveston trip because I feel like it's like a little mini vacation for us. Andy said that was so funny, right?
You know what it was?
Earlier, Venture, that's putting it mildly, right? Sharon said our KPL adventure starts on October 8th. Wow, less than a month. Shauna said vegan roommate always says my keto meals look great.
Well, of course, they're meat.
Right. Right, exactly. Shauna said KPL is Thursday shenanigans in 25 days, 2 hours, 1 red eye, 2 doses of something so I can sleep on the plane.
Wow.
Right?
Somebody's got goals. I hope y'all have fun.
Yo, everybody that's going to KPL, y'all are going to have a blast. So I hope you share pictures and feel free to share pictures in our Hungry Horde Facebook group.
For sure.
We like to follow along each day. So, when you get Shauna, show the picture of Shauna. I want to see, I want to know, I want to follow along. And then, I don't know, anything else going on?
All right, what the hell was that? It all of a sudden hit me. I got to yawn.
Addition.
I don't know, honestly, if anything else we got going this week. I really don't.
No.
The only thing else is I know what we need to do today too. As soon as we get off of here, we need to finalize the
cook along stuff. That's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we need to hurry and finish that. I have the video done. I have the recipe written out. We just don't have the
but you know what? Made. You need to edit the video because now we have a new intro.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Do y'all want to see our new intro?
Or wait till they watch the next video.
You don't want to
That's what we need to do too. We need to schedule a video for tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got a lot to do.
So recently, and I don't know how, I guess YouTube did it for everybody, but they gave us like where you can
almost
use
like a rebate.
Well, no, they are trying to get you to use like Fiverr or Upwork to hire people to help with whatever, whether it's creating a logo, whatever you want to use. Fiverr's got, that's a service I used a long time ago. Even when I had my Etsy shop, I've used Fiverr before. You just hire certain people to do whatever project you need. And so like coming up with a logo, coming up with your intro, your outro, coming up with, whatever, even thumbnails, you can hire people to create a thumbnail for you or whatever. So YouTube actually gave us credit.
That's what I mean by rebate.
But credit, you had to hire somebody to use the credit. Right. So you didn't just get money. You had to hire it.
It's almost like an in-store coupon kind of thing.
Yeah. So we hired someone. I was like, okay, I want to really use it for something good. So I did it for an intro, to have an official intro for our videos going forward. So hopefully starting, when we do our videos starting tomorrow forward, it'll have the new intro. Okay. So, and let me pull it up.
This way here, make sure they tune into the new video.
No, Sean wants to see it. Let's see.
Let us play it though. I don't remember.
Yeah. Because I paid extra to make sure we got the source video. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta no.
Didn't you start this?
Okay, let me see here. Share screen. Window. Oh, here we go. Woohoo! New intro. Yes. Okay. Let me add it to stage. All right. Oh, wow. A lot of comments.
Oh, nice.
Let's see
Thank
here.
y'all.
Let me get caught up real quick, and then I'll play the intro. Sharon said, Shauna arrives here on Tuesday, and we are staying in Columbus and going nonstop until dinner at Texas de Brazil.
Oh, now I'm really jealous.
Renee said, yum, get lots of picanha on ya for me. Oh, I love picanha.
Me too.
Shauna said, Columbus shenanigans begins in 22 days and 20 hours. Sharon said, cook along. What the hell? This month is you, Heath. You said you're doing it all. Thank you, Sharon. You're amazing.
I thought you loved me.
You're my favorite.
We're going to talk later.
She could whip you with her finger.
That's the hand.
Sharon,
that's the hand I was holding the money in for her. That's how we're going to talk.
Sharon's going to be like, she'd just do her peeky and be like this, and you'd be on the floor sprawled out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please. And to ATQ Cat. Well, I can't wait. Woohoo, new intro. Picanha is my favorite. And Renee said save. I know. Okay, here we go. Ready? And make sure your volume's on. I should hear it. What do y'all think? Honest opinion, though. Honest opinion. We used all of our credit for this, so please give us an honest opinion. I was like, I'm going to get the most I can for the money. Shauna said, I found one to cook here once. I need to go into a store and search again. I order a lot on Instacart for groceries. I hate stores around here, right? Sharon said, dry, nice intro. Oh, very nice intro. Thank you. Shauna said, I think I'm hungry now. Great intro.
Nice.
Oh. Renee said, pretty cool. And TQ Cat said, I like it. Looks professional. Oh,
I hope so. We paid for it.
Sean said, awesome. Eddie said, cool. Love it. Good. Renee said, wished our new Skelly band member was in, though. Yeah, but I wanted an intro that would be forever good, right? Oh, shot of found picanha. Joe said, pretty cool. Thank y'all. Yeah. I hope so. I was like, I think that'll be fun. As I've seen other channels, what they'll do is they'll start it like on our recipes. We'll be like, oh, we're cooking, blah, blah. This today. Ooh, we're going to make this melty cheese or whatever. It's so good. We'll roll that intro. Or we're thinking, okay, show the intro and then let's get started. Then the intro will play and then we'll get into whatever the recipe is. Right. So what do y'all think? Renee said, so y'all can still do a custom intro for special occasions? Yeah, this is just like an intro. It's just a 15-second intro to use on most of our videos. Right. Not our lives, our videos. Yes. So, yeah, I'm just excited about that. So
I am too, actually.
Yeah.
Like I said, now we got to get busy this afternoon. We got lots to do.
Yeah, we do. We got to get a video for tomorrow. And I've got a couple shorts I need to work on and get those released.
And then we have a video we need to record tonight too.
Yeah. Renee said, I love that it's short. I get annoyed by long intros. Yeah, when I was looking, there was one, but it would have cost us out of pocket, but it said a 15 to 30 second intro. And I was like, I feel like going above 15 is kind of pushing it.
Right.
Because I'm like you. I don't like long intros where you're like, I actually then a fast forward, because I'm like, okay, come on, y'all.
Right.
So I thought 15 seconds would be a good place. And then that way we didn't have to go out of pocket.
Right. That too.
So that was the goal too. So otherwise I'm pretty pleased with it.
Very pleased.
And again, I'm just excited that, basically YouTube sent that to us to help us. I thought that was really nice. Like we've been on YouTube for a few years now. This is the first time they're like, hey, we want to help our creators. And I'm like, thank you.
Right.
And he said, I have a travel intro, but nothing for my healthy walking videos. Well, hey, maybe that'll give you some inspiration. Right. I can see walking would be fun to show like the shoes and the different sceneries and stuff. And maybe the challenge, like counting up to 100.
That's true too.
And having like a check mark or something. That'd be fun. 22Q Cat said, I cannot stand those long intros either. Yours is perfect. Oh, thank you. Right. The really long ones. Oh my goodness. Because there's one channel, I can't even remember the name of his channel, but he'll do, where he talks a little bit. And I've heard different reasoning behind it because you don't want the first 5 seconds of your videos to always be the same. Mm-hmm. You want it to be different, or otherwise YouTube thinks that basically you're just like spamming. So a lot of them I watch, they'll do some kind of little like pop in for that day's particular video. Then they'll say, okay. And then they'll just say, hey, today we're going to talk all about why keto is the most amazing thing in the world. And then next the intro plays, and then the intro is like this long ass intro, and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, let me just get to it. Just like get to it already. Renee said, I get annoyed when there's a long video intro, then long verbal intro. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right. It's like whenever you pull up a recipe video online and you have to scroll for forever to actually get to it.
Yeah, that annoys me too. Is having to scroll forever, or where you're like, you hit the jump to recipe, which those are the best things ever. But then it's like, and then it wants to redo it again. And you're like, oh my gosh, just get to the freaking recipe. Shada said, I don't have the attention span for all those intros. Right. For the really, some channels, it's fun to see it the first couple of times. And then you're like, okay, I get it.
Well, because we're so conditioned now too. It's like Netflix, all the Hulu and all those stuff where you have that little button to skip intro.
Oh, right. Exactly. Do y'all ever do that? Like what was that? I think it was on Max. Yeah. Where we were always like, skip intro, skip intro. Because it's like, okay, you saw it once. Let's just get to it.
Right. Or also the skip the recap.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for us when we're watching them all in sequence right now anyways. I don't need to see the recap every single time.
I know. Like, I just finished watching
I'm not a week later.
This isn't the 90s, y'all.
Right. Live in the now.
Dwayne TQ Cat said, if the intro's 10 minutes long, seems like it, I'm out. Too impatient for that. Just get to it, right?
Or like I was telling her too, there's one channel I like to watch, but it's very, very annoying and difficult to watch his videos because there's an ad every 2 minutes or every 2 seconds, it seems like. He'll be like halfway through telling the story about it, and then right in the middle of a sentence, boom, there's an ad.
Yeah.
He's like, you're just getting invested into the story, and then there's an ad.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. It's just annoying.
Yeah. Or the people who have sponsored ads within their videos. I've been seeing that a lot lately.
One channel I watch, he does that all the time.
Yeah, he'll be, talking, like a lot of the financial channels, if y'all watch those, they do that a lot. The Delete Me. Okay, anybody watch different financial channels? And apparently they all must get something great from Delete Me, because they'll be talking about whatever it is, like, oh, this family, is really struggling because they make, they're struggling because they make $500,000 a year, but they're living where their debt ratio is like 80% and they can't save and all this stuff. And, you know, heartache for you earning that kind of money. But anyways, and then they'll say, that's why I use delete me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and then they go on for like a minute about delete me. And as soon as any of them start their in ad, I'm like, you know, it's enough. I have to watch ads throughout, you know, on YouTube because we don't pay for that. But then I have to watch you tell me an ad. And that annoys me. And I always like, okay, I'm going to skip ahead a minute here. Mindy Pels does that too, y'all.
What I really like about those that actually give me, it's helpful for me. Because a lot of times I'll start a video, but I want to come back to finish it later. So I'll bookmark it, or I'll put it on my list to come back and watch it. And that's when that's when I pause it and know when to come back.
Oh, right.
Because you gave me a perfect spot to bookmark it.
Shauna said, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh, you don't like that?
Or what I used to love too, when I used to listen to podcasts all the time, there was an option I could pay for it to skip all the ads. But I would actually purposely leave the ads. So that's when it told me when to pause it so I can come back to it.
Oh, yeah. Sharon said, I upgraded my cell phone service. It was about to add YouTube Premium for only $10 a month. Now, is that for family or is that for just individual?
Yeah.
Andy said, I pay for YouTube Premium. It's a life changer.
I bet. But what is it, $30 a month?
For the family. Isn't the family $30?
Okay, but is that all in the same house or can we share the account?
No, it says, I think the household. Because like if we could do, because the family, I think, is up to 5 devices. Yeah. And I was like, well, shoot, we could, you know, share with Shauna and Renee and we could all pitch in. But when I was reading it, it said in a household, have to be in the same household. Yeah. And I was like, well, that's dumb. I hate the idea of paying for not having commercials. But I feel like they win.
Right. And we got rid of our cable for a reason.
Right. 22Q Cat said, I'm seeing lots of commercials during some people's lives lately. What's up with that? It just started with channels I watched. Yeah. It's something now YouTube does. If you're live, then they will put ads in there.
In the middle of the live?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've never seen that before.
Shauna said, YouTube Premium for me, too. Well worth it. Okay.
I'm telling you. Because I told her, too. That's what I want for my birthday this year. Is a subscription like that. And she's like, yeah, but it's just so much.
I said, that just seems like a lot to me.
But you get out of it, too, though.
Yeah, but I don't care because most of the time when I'm watching YouTube, I'm at work. So... Right. I'm doing stuff so if a little ad plays, I can real easily click that little, you know, skip ad.
I know, but it gets so annoying to have to keep doing that.
Yeah, but I don't care because I'm working. Right. Annie said, I don't have Netflix, but I'll definitely pay to get rid of the ads on YouTube. Yeah, we don't have any that we pay for.
The reason why we have
we're cheap.
The only reason why we have HBO Max is it came as a bonus when we upgraded our internet.
Yeah, when we signed up for fiber, we got Max for free. Yeah. And I did get YouTube Premium for free for a month, and then I canceled it. I'll do anything for free. So if they, you know, I'm sure that they'll try to eventually get me to come back. Even Amazon, you know, they keep saying, hey, come back to Amazon Prime. We'll give you a week for free. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I need to order something. So I'll sign up for the week, and then I always cancel.
She's really good about canceling them too.
Yeah.
She sets alarms on her phone to make sure.
Yes.
This is smart. You got to
because we also got Paramount for free, but it's only till like November. So I always set my reminders like a week before to cancel, and then I'll go in and cancel it.
This is kind of hard trying to keep up with everything because it seems like every network or platform has their own premium version.
It's ridiculous.
It's like it's going back to having cable again. Really,
I know.
You have to pay for each one of them.
I know. Sean said, say for me, YouTube Premium is a must.
I told you.
But 22Q Cat said, it may be worth my mental sanity to just pay for YouTube without the commercials. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. Still, $25 a month. That is $300 a year. And I'm just like, $300. There's other things I would do with the $300, right? That's going to Avindia like almost 3 times.
Yeah. I know, but it'd be worth it though.
So you would give up ever eating at a Brazilian restaurant?
Not ever.
Well,
let's not get crazy.
We only go there maybe twice or 3 times in a whole year. So that I'm saying you would exchange going there for YouTube.
No, I'll say that.
Exactly.
We can afford to do both. We're just choosing not to.
Sean has said, I watch way too much YouTube.
I'm saying that's my main thing I watch generally is YouTube.
I do too, but again, I'm at work most of the time, so it doesn't bother me.
So am I. That's why it does bother me.
Maybe because maybe this is the difference. When I grew up, my parents never could afford cable, so I grew up with commercials all the time.
Me too. And I hated it then. I hate it now.
Yeah, I'm just used to it. Shad said ours is $25 a month for family. Oof. Sharon said it's for one person, $10 any device. I log into my account, and yes, I did get it.
$10?
Yeah, for one device.
Okay, so we do that then. We'll do it for my device then, since you don't care.
Oh, Lord.
And that's still cheaper than Peacock, which I gave up also.
Yeah. Renee said Netflix just changed too. I had basic plan for over 10 years and they discontinued it and automatically changed the plan to the new basic with commercials. Was 13. Now $7.57 a month. Oh well. Oh gosh. See, I'm the type that we're hearing that StreamYard's going to be up at everybody's cost. Normally we pay $25 a month and they want to increase it to $45 in October/November. And I'm just like, you know what? No, there's other streaming services. So I'm going to start researching because even before we signed up for StreamYard, I looked at the different ones and settled on StreamYard because I thought you got the most for the money for what benefited us. But they're going to go up to $45. I'm not paying them $45 a month to stream. So I'm like, well, there's other streaming services out there. Learn another one. And this is how I am. I will be petty like that. Oh, you're going to basically double the rate? Well, guess what? I'll just cancel. Mm-hmm. And now you get $0 from me. Yours is the only streaming service out there. Right. And I will go to another streaming service and use them instead. Until you
start acting right.
Right. So whenever somebody, if Netflix did that and they're like, oh, okay, we're going to increase it. I don't need you that bad. There are other options out there.
We used to have Netflix. And that we already did it to them once.
Right. And the same thing with Amazon Prime. I'm like, no, to me, that you priced me out. I'm not going to pay that much just so I get faster shipping.
Right.
And so far this year, anytime we've needed something that we couldn't get significantly cheaper at a local store, because I always check that first, then Amazon's offered me either a free week or even a free month. And I'll just sign up for that, use whatever we can for that time, and then I cancel again. But I'm very cheap, y'all.
It used to be that Amazon was the cheapest place to get stuff, but we found here recently, especially, that it is a lot cheaper sometimes to get it in person.
Right, and I'm telling you, Google Shopping is so handy for that feature because I found a lot better prices otherwise.
It's like our new game now.
Yeah, it is. Where can I get it cheaper? And most things I don't need it in a rush. So
because a lot of times too, I've probably spoken about it before. There's a bug right there.
Yeah.
I've had customers call in and say, hey, well, I just bought this, I bought my oven a week ago, and now I see it's gone down $100 or even $50. Can I get a price match? And I was like, sure. And they start apologizing to me. I'm like, no, man, that's awesome. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. I said, you're not, because they'll even say, I'm sorry for being so cheap. I said, no. The way we spin it, we're not cheap. We're budget conscious.
That's right.
I've had them tell me, oh, I love that. I'm starting using that. Can you? I was like, yeah, please do. It's awesome.
Well, I look at it as kind of like Ramit Sethi.
Yeah.
He says, what is your rich life? For some people, their rich life means they never have to have a commercial.
Right.
And they would rather have that. My rich life, I would rather have that money and do luxury trips. Yeah. So staying at that really fancy hotel in October, to me, I have more value in our vacations than I would rather sit through a commercial and know that we're going to stay at that really nice freaking hotel in October. I like that a lot more.
I just know that we can do both though.
But no, you can't do both. Yeah, we can do both. And then guess what? When it's time to retire, we won't be able to because we did both. You can't just spend all the money.
I'm not wanting to. I'm just going to spend some of it. That's all.
Yeah,
On
and
where
some
it's
of
important,
it
where it matters.
to me,
I
and that's
know.
identifying our rich life. And you've said before, yeah, you like traveling and traveling where it's nice. Like if we want to go to London in 27, you want to fly first class, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so do you want to put up with commercials?
No, I don't.
Or fly first class?
It's not either or. It's
It
both.
is. It
no,
is.
It's not.
It is.
We find other ways of cutting it.
No, because your thing is you think you could just get all things.
I'll recycle a few more cans. It'll be okay.
That ain't gonna pay for it. Shauna said, I've been rewatching a couple different series on Hulu. The ads hurt, but at least they are short.
When I first learned of Hulu, oh my goodness, I hated it. They would throw the commercial in the middle of a show, but not where it originally went. I was watching remake, they were replaying old series, but the commercials wouldn't land where they originally went. They'd be right in the middle of somebody's dialogue. And I was like, no.
Sean said, what sex is paid for Amazon Prime and you still get commercials. Yes. You have to pay for more for commercial free. And that right there is also what ticked me off.
Yeah, that's
why I was like, I don't care to re-up Amazon Prime because I feel like they're charging more and giving you less benefits.
Right.
And so this is my way of revolting. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. And again, I guess Heath and I have to have the conversation of what it makes our life rich so that we're on the same page.
We're doing it your way. That's the conversation.
Mm-hmm. 22 Geek Cat said, I would pay $25 a month just to get rid of commercial. Let's not get all crazy here. You know me better than that.
But see, I was just told it's $10 a month. That's better.
For one device.
Okay. 9 times out of 10, we're on my device.
Except when I'm at work, I'm on mine.
But you don't mind watching them, so you can keep watching them. That's how we solve it.
And then that means you can't do it over on here.
Yeah, I can log into my account.
On
this. That's what they mean by device, is that you log into the account.
Okay. Renee said, yeah, I'm like Shelly. I'm not letting them win. Exactly. That's how I feel. I'm just like, I'm not, you're going to do this.
Maybe watching the ads, they are winning.
But I don't.
Because I'm losing.
I don't look at it that way. I look at it. It's the same thing with self-checkout at the grocery stores.
Yeah. The only time I ever do that is when I have 1 or 2 items and I can get in and out quicker. That's the only time I ever do it.
If you can.
Yeah,
because yesterday, one of the stores I went to, the self-checkout had a longer line
I've seen that a lot.
Than the others. And I'm like, And I just feel like I'm not getting a discount doing it myself. If they put on there, hey, if you want to use self-checkout, you get 10% off, I'm there. But when you pay for groceries on the shelf, they're already factoring in the price of the employees they pay for checking you out and the baggers and everything else. So why are you going to pay more for an item when you're giving them the discount? So that's how petty I am. I'm like, I don't care. I'm only buying 3 items.
I don't work here.
I don't work here. In case you're giving me a discount, I will wait through that line, and it's typically not that much longer.
What I really hate, though, is when you go through the self-checkout and you end up having to hit the call attendant button.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of times it is not that much faster.
Right.
The only thing it did help yesterday with Kroger, because I used your Kroger card to get the avocados because it's a limit of 5, because I just went there for that one item. But even then, it still took a couple minutes because the cashier had to come over there and key something in just so I could get the discount. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But it did help a little bit.
It's just it's amazing or sad that every store is doing that now.
I know. Well, and I didn't know this because all of our Aldi here have checkers, right? So you stand in line. They don't have it. None of the Aldis I go to have self-checkout.
I've never seen it, yeah.
But where Lakin is and the grocery lady and stuff, all of their Aldis are only self-checkout.
Oh, wow.
And I was like talking to Lakin. I was like, wait, you have to, and she goes, yeah. She's like, I've never seen an Aldi with a checker.
Wow.
And I was like, what? Because I was telling her how I had a snafu at one with the attendant. She goes, oh, we don't have any of those. All of ours are only self-checkout.
Wow.
I'm like, what? I said, okay, well, they haven't done that in Houston yet. I'll be kind of sad when they do switch to that.
Right.
Renee said, remember when TV movies had intermissions, right?
Yeah.
Shauna said, I'm hearing this jingle in my head. After these messages, we'll be right back. Right? I remember that.
Uh-huh.
Renee said, I probably would cancel if it cost more with commercials, but I'll see how it goes. This change just happened the other day for my account. Ugh. Yeah, I guess so. Ugh. Joy TQ Cat said, you tell him, Shelly. I know. I'm telling y'all. Renee said, speaking of shipping, how's your work computer doing, Shelly? Actually, because the computer guy messaged me on I think Wednesday, and he was like, hey,
by the way,
did you ever return that computer? I was like, no. I said, look, I am the worst at calling, so I will try to do that. And so finally Thursday, we were really slow at work. So I called because that was the only option. He either took it to a FedEx store, and again, that sounds awful, or you call, and it was actually an automated system, and they schedule it. And what was funny is I called around noon, and they said, okay, we'll be picking it up today between now and 8 p.m. So I finished boxing it up, and I put it out on the front porch. And by 3 p.m., they picked it up. I was like, wow, that is crazy to me that it was that quick and they picked it up.
That's wild.
Oh, Sharon said, back y'all later. Bye, Sharon. Sean said, we love YouTube music as well. Oh, that's right.
I use that in the car too now that Google podcast has gone away.
Said that's part of our YouTube premium. That's right. You get the YouTube music. That's true. That is nice. Oh, Sharon said they're working on cabinet doors today.
Awesome.
Sean said, I just sang that jingle, Shauna. Thanks a lot. Right? I mean, you had to sing it. Shauna said Shelly had to hold on to those purse strings. Laugh out loud. Right? I know.
No, I definitely want it. It's only $10 a month.
Renee said, I love how it matters to me. Laugh out loud.
Uh-huh. I've noticed that.
Oh, Sharon's showing the cabinet doors.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, those are nice.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. You got a lot going on.
Yeah. Get back to work.
Show if you want. Okay. Yeah, we could show. Let me see. I'd have to pull this up. ToyTQ Cat, it's funny. We all have such differences on our priorities and what we choose to spend or not spend our money on. It's nice to have a choice.
It is.
Right?
It's nice to have a choice.
Exactly. Drawer front inserts in the edges of the drawers. Oh, okay. Let me pull this up.
You built all of them by hand? That's amazing.
Right?
Like I said, I'm so excited to see her tool setup.
There we go. Okay, let me share y'all. This is what Sharon's working on today. All right. And that is the drawer front inserts. And then, wrong way. And this is the edges of the drawers. Oh, wow. That's cool.
That's very cool.
Thank you, Sharon.
Did she already just leave, though?
Well, I guess.
For the edges, I want to know, did she mill all those or buy them already pre-made?
Oh, yeah. Did you mill them or make them pre-made? She might not be in here. We can text her. Renee said, but Shelly has truly turned that budget around. He isn't dying. He just sounds that way.
He's not what?
You're not dying. You just like to sound that way.
It feels like I am.
Oh, really? Really?
Suffering.
Oh, you suffer. after you have how many pounds of cheese?
I don't know yet. It's still in there. I haven't had anything yet.
Well, whose fault is that?
I had to eat all this chocolate instead.
Exactly. All this chocolate, all this ice cream, all this.
Yeah,
this,
we were
and
supposed
this.
to have that right now too, but I don't want it now. Honestly.
I know, I'm not in the
I'm
mood.
not-
Shauna said, I won't cave to Amazon Prime for commercial free. Most things I can find on another platform. Exactly. Oh, Shauna said she used my advice, and a good friend is a financial advisor working with me so that by this time next year I'll be debt free.
That's awesome.
I've gone for a few months ago at 40% of credit usage to 17%. That is amazing.
That's very good.
Yes, like Renee said, way to go. I know. That is so awesome. Shauna said, I have a debt stacking plan in place. Never thought I'd be excited to pay bills. I know.
Right? It does kind of feel funny.
But it's like, it's funny, but then it's good, y'all.
Right.
Like it. And I was watching one, Austin Williams. I just think he's adorable. But he was saying, you know, a lot of people put on emphasis of, oh, well, I know I am a success when I hit $1 million in savings or net worth, or, you know, 100,000 in my, you know, investment accounts and stuff. And he's like, no, you have to celebrate. There are many milestones along the way, and none of them are better than the other. Like your milestone of paying off one of the, that is a milestone you should celebrate.
Right.
Having $100 in an emergency fund, that's one to celebrate. Having $1,000 in an emergency fund, celebrate that. When you hit 3 months in an emergency fund, you know, when you've got all of your debt paid off, he's like, all of these things along the way you should celebrate, because those are all accomplishments. So just, you know, like some people get so focused on, well, once I have 100,000 in investments, then I know I'm good. And it's like, no, you got to, you know, like when, like they really say the pivotal point is when you hit 10,000, because once you have managed to save $10,000, that is like you have basically put in the steps and the habits to keep that going forward, and you'll continue along that path.
Nice.
I know. Isn't that good? So celebrate those. Those are awesome.
Well, maybe once we hit the 10,000, we can finally afford to skip the commercials on YouTube.
Oh, really? So I just at 9,999.
That's what I'm hearing.
Tony TQ Cat said only self-checkout at Aldi. Oh my, I know. I was like, now she lives in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like,
the people in that state too staff them for those.
Probably not. But the grocery lady, she's in Indiana. I think she's in Indianapolis, Lynn. And she's adorable too. You should look her up too. But because she'll do what's new at Aldi. She always releases those on Thursday. She'll do what's new at Sam's, what's new at some other store I don't have here. And she also does what's new at Costco. And
gave them up too.
I know. And she'll go looking at all of those. So I always like to see her Thursday one at Aldi, because I'll be like, okay, what am I going to be looking for at Aldi this weekend, y'all? So, but yeah, she'll go to them and you'll hear beeping and stuff. And she's like, oh, that's just the self-checkout. And I'm like, what? Self-checkout? Like none of our stores have self-checkout. Right. Not even as an option, y'all.
No, they don't. The only thing that's my major beef with Aldi also, there's everyone I've been to, there's either 3 or 4 lanes, right?
Yeah.
But there's always one attendant working all those, and he's always off doing something else.
I know. They
have to wait on them. They have to wait on them to come over to.
They multitask them.
Yeah.
I'm like, they work. They're workers.
Yeah.
It seems like.
But the only cool part they do for them, I feel like they give them a chair to sit in.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of give and take kind of thing.
Yeah, yesterday when I went to one, he was out like breaking down the boxes and stuff. I'm like, gee, like you can't just sit and enjoy checking people out. Like they're like, look, if you don't have any customer, you better be out there working.
What's the old thing? You got time to lean, you got time to clean.
I know, that's what it seems like. Andy said that's crazy about Aldi's. Not up here at Ohio-Indiana border. Okay, so they're still.
But isn't there still some New England states where you can't even pump your own gas?
Well, that's true. I think there's only 2 left.
Yeah.
22 cat. I'm in Indiana and haven't seen the self checkouts in my area yet. Well, I wonder what part she's in that she goes to
even
them.
Sam's does. I mean, Costco does a self checkout now too.
Oh, Shauna said Steph is making all of the door parts.
Wow,
that's crazy.
That's very crazy.
Almost like a real adult, right? And Shauna said, in October, the new Costco will be opening here in Napa. Amazing, all the rich wine snobs actually approved.
Wow.
Wow. That'll be fun. 22Q Cat said, if I remember, I'll ask about the self-checkout thing the next time I go to Aldi. Now I'm curious, right? You want to ask, but then at the same time, you're like, but please don't replace you with the self-checkout.
Right?
But yeah, when I talked to Lakin, she was like, what, you mean you don't have self-checkout? I was like, no. And she goes, oh my gosh. Like she couldn't imagine not having it. I know. She's like, you're so old now. Andy said, we followed Dave Ramsey and got debt-free in 2017. That is awesome.
Very awesome.
Really fun to know that there is money in savings and not going to a credit card. We use and pay off every month. Points for flights and hotels equals free. Exactly.
That's true.
That's what I like. The card I have, we get cash, which, you can use to pay off the statement. And so, yeah, that's what we've been doing. Just basically, I used to pay for the groceries and then pay it off every month. And then we just get the cash.
Yeah.
Because I just feel safer with a lot of things using a credit card because there is more safety when you charge things versus a debit card. Because debit cards, that is a lot easier to get scammed.
Right.
So I'd rather, have the precaution, especially like if I'm booking hotels. Or, if we're traveling, I don't want my debit card out there. I'd rather they have the credit card. And then that way that, they're good about, nope. Okay. There was fraud. We're shutting it down. Right. And I know it's protected.
Good goodness.
Right. Because I've heard, people with the debit cards, it like scares me. But yeah, so we've been doing well with that, getting the money that way and just paying it off. So I'm excited. Once our cars are paid off, and then we'll be working on our house. I only have, as it is, 12 years left on the house.
That's awesome, too.
I know. And then the cars, after this month, will only have 14 more payments left on the vehicles.
Wow. That's cool, too.
So that's why we have to watch commercials. Once the cars are paid off, because that'll really free us a lot of money every month, then we could do the commercial free. How about that? I'll make that deal for you. Once the cars are paid off.
Yeah, you'll just wait and delay the paying it off then.
No, I wouldn't. No, you can't.
All right.
And in fact, we could even try to pay them off earlier than that.
All right.
And then we can, and then but if you think about it, it's only a year.
Okay.
Look how long have we been married?
11.
Does it feel like 11 years?
Not at all.
Exactly. So what is one more year?
Okay.
And then you'll suffer for one more year with your wife. You're married to me.
I know.
How is that suffering?
You're not the suffering part. It's the damn commercials that's the suffering part. I know, right?
And he said,
understand.
Definitely, credit is better than debit, not tied to the household money or savings checking. Exactly, because that's what I was listening. I don't know, Andy, do you still watch Rachel Cruz, his daughter? I don't like a lot of their stuff, but I do like the Smart Money Happy Hour with her and George Camel. And she recently, because they don't ever use credit cards. Like some of them, that's just a little too much for me. They're like, no, you shouldn't own any credit cards. So she got a text and thought it was from the Postal Service and gave them her debit card.
Via text?
Yes.
And she's a financial advisor.
But
I can advise you not to do that.
I know. And she said, yeah, hindsight, she was like, I can't believe I fell for that. And not until she was telling her husband, she goes, I put in my debit card 3 times and it keeps not going through, can I get your debit card and let me try that one? And he's like, what are you doing? And she told him, and he was like, you're being scammed. And she was like, oh my gosh, I am. So then she had to call the bank and everything else.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's why you have a credit card, because right away, then you wouldn't have been at fault. They would have never had access to any of your banking information, because now they know where you bank.
Right.
So I was just like, So that's why you have a credit card. And he said, our house has 3 to 4 years left.
That's awesome.
But we're very close to retirement. We're 53 and 61.
Well,
that is awesome, though. That is amazing. When you have it paid off.
Speaking of the credit card, though, there's another, it applies to this too. The proper tool for the proper job.
Right, exactly.
So that's why it's a good thing to have one. That'll
be so exciting when you have the house paid off.
That's awesome.
That's my ultimate goal. She said, that's the podcast I thought you were listening to. Yeah, I heard that as well. I know. That's really the only one I watch of them, to be honest. Just because I do like Rachel. She seems funny, right? She seems like she'd be a hoot. But some of the other stuff I don't really like. But that's why when I heard that, I was like, girl, that's why you hear like other people like Ramit Sethi and some of the other financial people I listen to, Clark Howard, they'll say, no, use a credit card. And Clark Howard is big on that. He's like, you don't ever want to use your debit card. He's like, that's never, ever, ever.
Danger.
Right. He's like, and then what he says is you should have 2 credit cards. But 2 different banks. He said, because especially if you're like him and like what most of them say, pay off any credit card balance every single month. He's like, because you do that, right? Banks aren't really making money off of you at all. So he says, so sometimes they might decide to end the relationship with you. And he said, that's why you want 2 credit cards from 2 totally different banks.
Right.
So if one bank decides they no longer want to do business, then you have that other one with a different bank. So you're not left without. So the minute you said delete me ad, I knew you listened to them, right? Isn't that funny? I'm like, oh my gosh. When they started to it, I'm like, oh gosh. Okay, y'all. Rick said, I can't believe that a financial advisor would say no credit card. That is how you build your credit score. You charge only what you can pay off at the end of the month. So what the Ramsey thing is, they look at it as, and you can correct me, Andy, but what I've heard is they look at credit card as almost like the devil. Like you should never have debt of any kind at all at any moment. And I understand. It's kind of like with keto, right? A lot of these have such good parallels. If you are an abstainer, you're like, no, I can't even be around a carb. Like I can't be around a cookie. It's just I have no self-control. Some people are like that with credit cards. They have no self-control. As soon as they start using it, they don't know how to pay it off. And then they get in that roller coaster and they're in debt again, right? So I get that. For people that are like that, yeah, you probably do have to go extreme where you don't have any credit cards and you only use cash or debit cards, right? But I think most of us, and if you take, because I've read several books and took special, courses and everything to really learn the psychology behind money and how it affects and how to use it properly as an actual tool, then you learn how to do that and build your credit and all of that. But with the Ramseys, their thing is, if you want a house, you pay for it in cash. If you want a car, you pay for it in cash. If you want anything, you should be paying for it in cash. So then you don't need a high credit score because you're not putting it on a credit.
Then you run into another problem though, with a restaurant up the street. Remember they got robbed, so now they never take cash.
Right.
They only take credit or debits.
Right. Then you would use a debit card. Yeah. And that's what some of them complained about too, is that more and more companies are going to no cash because of the issues with theft and different things. Shauna said, actually, no, keep one and use it, pay off each month.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Keep it, just pay. That's the main thing, is to make sure you pay it off in full every month. Right. Andy said, ordering new flavors of keto chow throws off my budget. Savings is getting tapped again. Oh, I have a healthy stash for my keto stuff.
Right.
Right. And what I tried to do, so like starting last year, I was really focused on creating a budget, understanding my budget, and then we really followed that the first half of this year. And now what I'm doing is just like reevaluate. I'm not sticking to it as like, I'm not like hyper focused on it. I'm just like putting it in and saying, okay, yeah, we're right where we should be. And then maybe look at adjustments. Like, with our groceries, I feel like we've been spending a lot more on groceries. So instead of budgeting, $75 a week, I'm going to start budgeting $150 and try to then, lower it that away through time. So you just kind of have to finagle things in the future. Renee said, sorry, had a call, still here. Oh, I understand.
I hope it was a good call.
And Rickman said, but you get in a crisis, and if you can't pay for it, then you have nothing. Some people don't cash in some stores. Right. I mean, and that's why I say you got to find out what works for you. That's why I was like, that doesn't work for me. But also, if you do, Ramsey has like steps that you're supposed to do. So if you supposedly do those steps and an emergency happens, you have an emergency fund for that. And again, it does work for some people. I do it differently. I find what works best for us is a little more, I think we're good with the credit card and paying it off every month. Let me just say that. And then building a good savings account or emergency fund, I should say. And then an investment account.
Yes.
But yeah, with that, HISAs and CDs, the interest rates, y'all, they're going to be dropping. So if you're somebody who buys CDs, I just know because, I work for a bank, but you probably want to snag. If you want a CD that's 5% or higher, you probably need to snag them now, because the way I'm seeing it, by November, December, they're going to be under 5% again.
Oh, wow.
So if you're looking for that CD, and with that, that means HISAs are going to be going down too. So just kind of keep that in mind. So if you're someone who's a CD person, now's probably the time, September, October, to lock in the 5 higher, at least for, like, I know I could get currently at my bank a 1-year CD at 5 point, no, it's actually, I think, is it 5.1 or 5.0% for 1 year? And I don't know of a year time if it's going to be over 5% again. So just something to think about.
Right.
Shauna said, man, I'm out of coffee. How does that ever happen? Rickwood said, you have an emergency fund if your bank is operating. Oh, right. In the early 2000s, a lot of banks closed and got swallowed up. People lost their money, or it was weeks before they could get their money. Yeah, if it's a real bank, they're FDIC insured up to $250,000 per bank account. Right. So they might not get it that same day, but they should. Legally, the Fed would cover anything up to the threshold. That's why we have customers a lot of times that are like, oh, hey, I need to withdraw some of my interest because of FDIC. And so then they'll withdraw and move it to another bank that they're within the 250 limit.
Oh, wow.
Shada said, oh, my financial advisor is working with me to get an IRA. Which one is tax-free? Yeah, Roth IRA. That is awesome, because the thing with the Roth is, yes, you have to pay the taxes on that money now, but when you get older, all of that money and the earnings are tax-free. So when you withdraw it, like in your 60s and 70s and beyond, you're not having to pay taxes on it then, which inevitably will be a higher tax rate. So that's really good to do, is to try to get your Roth IRA, try to max those out. I think it's about $8,000 a year for an individual Roth IRA is the limit. So a lot of people try to do that as well. before I'm too old. Aw. Just out of brewed coffee. Oh, good. Right. Yeah. See, 22 Cat said Roth. Yeah, Clark Howard's really good about Roth. He's like, he loves Roth IRAs. Shauna said, I think that's what it is, Lynn. I just don't speak money. Yeah. Yeah, so you want to get the Roth one, and that's good. We have an assortment, so we both have Roth IRAs in our 401ks, plus we have the 401ks. Just make sure the main mistake people make when they get a Roth IRA is they think just by opening, so say you put $8,000 in it, they think, okay, I've done my job. But when you first open an IRA, you have to actually go through and pick your investment options. And so usually it'll be like an ETF, a mixture. And what I always do is I sort by the expense ratio, and I pick the one with the lowest absolute expense, because that can kill you too. But just want to make sure just opening the IRA is not investing it. You have to pick your investments. Rickwood said, Shelley, it is FDIC, but these banks got took over by the feds. People couldn't get their money. A lot of people at work had to get their direct deposits so they could get their money. Right. I know what you're talking about, a couple of years ago when that happened. Yeah, they had to do it. And because our bank was telling all about, like they went behind and explained what actually happened in the situation to us. And it's like those people's money was safe with the feds. But yeah, they, when they were doing their investigation, they didn't have access to it. So yeah, if they had that bank and it was seized, yeah, you would have to change your direct deposit and everything. And yeah, so it can be, but there were certain things with those banks too. It wasn't a traditional bank. They were more like brokerage type accounts from what I remember. Shauna said, well, now I have people laugh out loud to pick for me. Right. I'm just saying, just as a reminder, when you do that, then you'll want to look. But also, I know you have a financial advisor, but always look at the expense ratio of the funds that you do get put into. You don't want to be put into a fund that has a high expense ratio. And even if you have a 401k, make sure whatever you've chosen for the 401k, look at the expense ratio, because some of those accounts, they'll put in the expense ratio of like 1, 2, or 3%. And, when you might think, oh, it's only 1%, that's not much. But, when you're talking tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars, 1% is a lot of money. So I always look for the cheapest and overall better performing, historically speaking. And so I know a couple of ours, the expense ratio is like 0.04. So that's what I look at. Right. Do you even know?
Yeah.
What your 401k is? I pick everything. Right. TQ Cat said, we are your financial advisors, Shauna, but hey, we know what works. Right. I do enjoy it though. It is fun.
Right.
And I had somebody this week, I thought to me, it was kind of funny. They were closing their HISA because they didn't like that the rate was changing. I'm like, do you not understand how HISAs work? Of course, the rate's going to change. You can't open and be locked into that rate forever. The HISAs change with the Fed rate. And since the feds are lowering the rate, your HISA is going to go down. I'm like, and everybody's HISA is going to go down. But anyways, I'm just like, well, whatever. It's just fun to me. I think maybe I enjoy it because I do see it in my job, and then also get to hear about it. So now we offer IRAs now.
Nice.
Which I kind of help out on that. But then also we're going to start offering, I think it's 3, 6, and 18-month CDs as well. So we're widening our CD options at my bank.
Nice.
But I looked at it because I do get an employee. I don't get an employee benefit for an IRA, which kind of makes sense how it works. But for the CD, I do get special employee rates, and still the best rate is a 1-year CD.
Oh, wow.
But I'm still earning more in my HISA than I would a CD currently. So I'm watching ahead, so I know where that sweet spot is, where I can lock in a CD that'll end up being a higher rate over a course of a year versus keeping it in the HISA. Because y'all know I'm cheap like that. Like, I'm budget conscious. Going to try to make the most where I can.
Right. That makes sense.
All right. Well, we have talked enough.
And we got chores to do still.
Well, we got chores to do. We got videos to edit.
Yeah, that too. That's part of the chores.
Okay. Well, thank y'all so much. This has been fun
Yeah.
as always. Ooh, we're right at 2 hours. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. And then I can't wait to see you on Friday. Yes. And then in 2 weeks, a special birthday show for Heath. Maybe. On Sunday. It will be special. Yeah. I'm going to give you your birthday spankings on camera.
Okay, then. We'll try.
No.
But thank y'all again. This has been fun.
Shai, I need to go make some brunch, I guess. Have a great day, everyone. And Andy said, thanks. I'll see you later. Oh, you did.
It's sitting on me.
Well, you've got 10 pounds of cheese to eat today, too, dear. All right, y'all. Love you. Bye.